What's up, MetaNerdz? So let me move this real quick. Whee! What's up, MetaNerdz? Elise is gonna be here very shortly. This is not a Rebel helmet. This is called an ice pack. Let me pull up the chat real quick, y'all. Real quick. One person watching. 3 people's watching. What's up, Wolfpack? What's up, Def Leopard? Kylo Rider 2. What's up, Louis Attenborough? Okay, cool. There's a lot of the OGs. A lot of people that have been here a while. I think YouTube's alert's been kind of weird lately, right? Have you guys noticed that with anybody else? Kill the Kill 64. What's up? What's up, G-Car, Slender Gaming, Olivia, Castle Crashers, Liam, and Knight Rider 02. What's up, Kimsicle? We're just getting set up here. And, oh, we got to connect to the onlines. Our series of tubes are not connected. You just got back from seeing The Last Jedi, Wolfpack. How'd you feel? Hopefully you weren't spoiled. There was a lot of streaming for days. What's up, Rylu fan? I saw your thing, and I was gonna get back to you.
Hi guys. What's up,
What's up? Hey, and Seagray made it. What's up, Seagray? Shadow Knight. Pixel God 11.
Hi everyone. I was kind of hearing everyone that's here.
Yeah.
I can our apartment's so
She's
small.
on the other side of our mansion.
Yeah.
I screamed down into the first floor.
Our apartment's so small. I was over there, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Let's add some of
I know
these
who's
peeps.
Here.
I don't know who these other people are.
By the way, thank you
to
to everyone that complimented my haircut last time.
Oh yeah.
Freddie didn't tell me when you guys were saying
I said, but you didn't know what I meant. I was like, oh, they like your hair, and you're like, pew 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 pew. I'm shooting people. Leave me alone. Let's wait and see if Roraxis hops up in the thing. Rebels of Terras. Yeah. Yes, I agree. That's cool. Thank you, Gimpsicle. A lot of people watch out for the wrist rockets. I know, man. So much hate, but it's pretty funny. There's hate about everything nowadays.
Yeah.
So you got to look at who are the professionals. I seriously, I want to make a shit posting YouTube where I just find ways to complain about bananas and show how it's like a globalist scheme that they used to be more yellow or something.
That's crazy. I can actually see OBS now.
I know, right? We can actually, yeah. We got a little thing where our little tiny monitor died.
Our tiny monitor died, and I finally upgraded to a nicer
space
monitor.
stuff. I've been doing a lot of
Nothing
shit.
crazy. It's not like woo life changing, but
I look like
it's semi life changing. I can actually see us.
Oh, and for you guys that didn't get a chance to see yesterday, we'll start off the stream with these. This is a $6 blaster, and that one was $8, which is kind of funny. Hans was actually cheaper. And I screwed up the handle a little bit because I got some white paint on it.
But that washes off.
But yeah, it washes off. I just got to get around to doing it. And it was super simple one-day kind of paint job to go from a $6 gun to a...
This was an $8 gun. Obviously, the price went up because of The Last Jedi.
No, it didn't. No, it was just before that.
It's like a toy gun. I don't know if you guys can hear the...
Yeah,
like
so Alex
Jones,
but not.
It's like a rattler. And I'm gonna use it as a rattler for our kid.
Yeah, we don't know why something's stuck in here. So it looks very realistic on the wall, and then you walk, and it's a rattle toy. So yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Tom, not a Lizardton.
Ooh.
His name is not Lizardton. How funny is that?
That's amazing.
What's up, Sci-Fi HQ?
I hope that you get Battlefront 2 also.
Smash Robos and root beer. These last days, I would get a notification for 2 hours after the stream ended. See that? I knew it. I knew it. Hey, Ingrid, you could just unsubscribe, fool.
What happened?
You need to learn how to lighten up, pal. Ingrid has issues in his life that he's directed and channeled at EA.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, it's really sad. Especially if you don't fix it. Let's pretend that's Star Wars movie related, but Wonder? I don't know what that is. Wonder? Where am I? Oh, somebody else didn't like it? I know, Sire, but you still haven't made, like, you know, what do you call it? Points? I guess those are called points.
You're 100%.
Yeah, we get not liking it.
We're open to people not liking it. It's a very different style, especially if you're someone that didn't even like the prequels.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like.
Like somebody we talked to the other day that didn't like the prequels, so I was like, at least you're consistent.
And it made sense, and I get it because just the movies, the way
I'm sipping my coffee.
is different now. So, the way we do movies. The way we make movies is different now.
Yeah. And I actually love that they have different vibes, different styles.
Yeah, I like all the trilogies can hang out.
Don't worry about it.
You said not to worry? Okay.
There we go. Yeah. We
like-
still played out sound. Yeah, we made a whole bunch of points on how Luke going out the way he goes out makes sense. That the guy who threw his lightsaber to the side would not be the guy who shows up wrecking ATs. I was gonna call them ATSTs. ATM6s technically.
What's up, disclaimer and
Disclaimatory
yeah,
idiot?
In the future, Kim. Not
What
right
happened?
now. He said, wait, a kid? Like, not yet.
Oh no,
but
what? Who said anything about a
theoretically
kid?
In the future.
We're reptilians. We only reproduce through
We're not reptilians.
through
We're
drinking
human.
people's brains.
We're
Oh yeah,
human.
whoops. Sorry.
We're human.
Sorry, we are human.
If we were reptilian.
Yeah, I hear that's how reptilian. Oh shit.
That's what I hear. That's the.
I hit some gun
that's
emplacement.
word on the street.
Yeah, she's pretty hip.
So hip.
So I got the computer too far away.
That's not
I'm
nice.
getting a remote control BB-8 for Christmas. How do you know that?
Did you peek?
I like the prequels, but these two just weren't that good. Who said that?
In my
Michael.
opinion, Mike.
Yeah, you mean episode 1? I thought.
What?
And then it's like, how does anybody think that The Last Jedi isn't at least better than episode 7? I know it's a low bar, but and a lot of people like episode 7. I think that Rogue One is. I need to watch Rogue One more because every time I watch it, I'm like, this shit's amazing. That like mining world plant that they start off on, crap, is amazing too. An explanatory movie, not much meant.
Oh, sire, you should.
Not much action.
I
thought it
feel
was
like you should watch.
trying to be too much action, Castle Crush. I feel like that's what people argue the opposite. Like Empire Strikes Back, you got these whole explanations of how the Force works and how this and that.
I'm crashing everywhere.
You got these long expositions, and you didn't get a lot of that in The Last Jedi. So I could see that as a critique, but I also feel like everybody knows that already happened. So you got why re-explain the stuff that Yoda? You know what I mean? We're the audience. We know about this already. Even though Rey doesn't, we can just skip the parts where Luke explains this all to Rey, because as the audience, we've already seen all the movies. You know what I mean? And I know you could say, but that's not nice to the newer generation. And if you're really trying to be inclusive to the new guys, you should make it just as good.
Here's the debate. I feel like this, or here's the thing I feel would be a good debate. Like, we have movies like Marvel where things are happening in all the kinds of trilogies. Like, things are happening in Iron Man and Spider-Man and Captain America that affect the main plot of like the Avengers. Is that something we would be okay with in the Star Wars universe? Or I don't know, I've always felt like all the trilogies, even if it's repetitive, at least if you are fresh to like Star Wars,
Hey, thank you, Bruce.
you get it. Like,
Yeah.
you learn it all.
Yeah,
I find
but
it a
is it?
little
But are the
unfair.
Avengers? Are those kinds of movies worse than watching Episode 3 and being like, why is he hiding this whole relationship thing? I don't get it. Why are they hiding their marriage? You know what I mean? You would have no idea what's up with the Padme and Anakin with the Padmes.
That's what I mean. Like, could you watch Star Wars without having the whole story told?
I think so. Yeah. What do you guys
within
think?
a trilogy. Like, I think that would be important to. The Clone Wars
not
made
just jump in
sense
the middle?
because there was so much content in the actual trilogy.
Yeah, I feel like you could almost watch the Clone Wars without the Phantom Menace. Because
Yeah.
they repeat a lot of stuff, like, oh, he's the chosen one. You'd be like, oh, shit, I guess that just means somebody important or something. I guess he's like the most important
I
guy.
guess so, but then you don't know who Qui-Gon is, or like,
Yeah.
you don't understand why Anakin's like. You wouldn't. I don't know. I guess maybe, but I'm not sure.
I feel like Return of the Jedi, you'd be like kind of confused. If you just watch that by itself, it might help to see the other ones. Watch Sambor hates new gun range. That makes sense. I think I've become more critical of the movie since I've gotten older. Are mainly, man, that's awesome. Yeah, of course, that's true too, sire. And I feel like, and at least he's honest. That's a good reaction. Because actually, I told her yesterday. She was like, "Are you done yet?" Because I was messaging for effing ever.
Yeah, he was. I'm gonna try to invite Tigray. I just don't know how to do it.
But because this guy was civil, I can't both hate all the people that are just shit posting and shit throwing, and then not give time to the guy who was listing out real critiques. So I was saying he was being hyperbolic, and he was, but
Yeah,
we were going.
You toned it down, right?
Yeah, like most people. Why don't you address it? They toned it down, but he was saying, what happened? I think I got some thing on here.
Where is?
He's trying to invite somebody.
I'm looking for. Where is he?
My point is with that guy online, I was trying to say that We know that Star Wars is not good science fiction. We don't watch it because it's science fiction. We don't watch it for all these reasons that people are claiming as a critique. And I'm like, we just got to go read some book. Go read some Isaac Asimov or something. Go read Gibson. Go read whatever your type of science fiction you're into. So you've always liked it because Star Wars is cool and it has these really good, like almost moral kind of lessons. And I think that Luke still teaches a very good moral lesson in this one. And I think perhaps a better one because I know people want him to be a unflawed character. He's so perfect.
But that's what character is unflawed. I don't know. I
you could argue he was unflawed in the first one.
Yeah, but
I mean in the first trilogy, original trilogy.
Think, let's be honest. When they made the original trilogy, storytelling wasn't like a thing.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like an audience nowadays needs a character that isn't perfect. Like we relate to characters that aren't perfect because we're not perfect.
And he literally, people are over like he was really gonna kill him. He went there, read his intentions, and then, depending on the version of the story, because remember
he thought about it.
It's two different things.
In Kylo's memory, he ignites the blade.
Yeah.
In Luke's memory, he doesn't.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting.
And I always think it's so funny that people think, but how could the same guy? This is like the best critique, and even from people that I love, Thor Skywalker. You guys should check him out. We disagree on this. He still makes amazing content, but we do disagree on this.
And
he
it's
says,
okay to disagree as long as it's a real debate.
And disagree civilly. Yeah.
Yeah, like as long as it's a real debate and not just Disney's shit. Like.
Yeah. I'll summarize his point, and you guys can tell me which side you guys are on, because they're both legitimate points, I think.
Yeah.
He was saying that, you know, basically what a lot of people are saying, like, how could the same guy who was strong enough to not give in to taking out Vader?
Which was actually my point too, by the way.
I know. We had said that before, but I think we kind of came off of that.
I thought about it, and I changed my mind. I accept it now. But yeah, how could someone who could save Vader...
Yeah, how could somebody who could save Vader, who already did go to the dark side, it wasn't theoretical, he had already done a shit ton of bad stuff, how could he realize that you still got to give him a chance, that he could still come back from that? How could that guy kill Kylo as a while he's sleeping, as like looks like a teenager of some sort?
He was a kid for sure.
Yeah, because he might do something bad. But I think that a huge difference is that it was just between Luke. This was just Luke taking care of what he thought he had to take care of. Whereas opposed to old man Luke that we see, teacher Luke realizes that he's the last guy, the guy who's bearing the entire weight of the Jedi Order, this thousands of year-long order on his shoulders, and might cause the next, you know, space Hitler, the next Vader that's just gonna go killing everybody. So I think there's an obligation. There's more obligation. He had it to his dad. It was personal. It was just to his dad so he could stick it out. But now with Kylo, he has the responsibility of the rest of the galaxy of what could happen.
And to Leia.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could argue that would be worse. I'd talk him off of it. Hashtag not my Luke Skywalker.
I do think Syra makes a good point. Like, he feels like, so for him, the movies are flawed. Like, he really doesn't like them. And he's at a point where he feels like he shouldn't just watch it just because it's a Star Wars movie. And I kind of agree, but the good thing is that there's enough people that love whatever trilogy or whatever parts of Star Wars that you love to enjoy it, like to keep enjoying it. You don't have to watch the new stuff or follow the new stuff. I know it sounds weird to not grow with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't like it and it's driving you crazy,
yeah, then just leave it alone.
Hang out with the people that like what you like and dislike what you dislike. Like, you know, don't go looking for trouble and like, you know, fighting people and telling them they suck because they like the new Star Wars. That's not really fair either.
And realize
Star Wars has to evolve. It can't just stay the same as it was 40 years ago. Or, you know, how many years ago? How old are we?
Yeah, I mean, it was 40 years ago. Yeah, I remember how old the clones were, yeah.
But, you know, like, there's people that love the Clone Wars. And thankfully, there's, like, the Clone Wars TV show. And you can just literally, like...
I'm with the CIS.
There's so much content in the Clone Wars that you could just, like, live in there.
Thank you, MPT Trails. Sorry.
What happened?
He says he loves our channel.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, and I see definitely people disagreeing. That's fine. We need more disagreeing because we need more real disagreement because there's actual points.
We have to remember the real disagreements are what
makes it better.
Disney, what directors, what writers, that's what they listen to.
I keep killing Reach.
Like, that's what, you know, there's a new trilogy that's coming out, and if we give real disagreements and real criticism, they're gonna take that and listen. Disney's already shown, like, we didn't like Episode 7.
Ooh.
Alright, Rogue One. That's an awesome change. We might not feel that crazy about Episode 8, but unfortunately we're kind of like, at this point in the story, like, it's hard to
I feel
just be like, scrap the trilogy altogether.
No, the only thing that I really think that they should take away from it, I'm sorry, I know you guys still might disagree, but I really agree with the way Luke went out. I agree with Snoke being dismissed and realize it's not about Snoke, and her parents being dismissed. That all makes perfect sense to me, and with enough people that are really good at critiquing this stuff and really love Star Wars also agree. But some of the stuff like the pacing issues, it seems that's kind of unanimous. People that love the movie, people that hate the movie, both talk about the pacing issues. They both talk about Canto Bight. They both talk about...
Yeah, Canto Bight was not a good decision.
Both talk about weird humor in weird places with Booby Kylo, stuff like that. So that's, I mean, so those are going to be the areas where you're going to be like, all right, haters going to hate. But
yeah, like, we never really had nudity in Star Wars, so that was kind of, that was jarring for me. Isn't that weird?
I don't think it's nudity.
But even then, we never.
But yeah,
had,
I guess
like,
even just to
Luke.
see it.
Even Luke, when he fell in the water and stuff, was wearing a tank top.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Even when he's training.
Yeah, when he's training with Yoda, he had like a tank top. He had like a jock tank top, like.
They're turning the frogs gay.
I don't know, isn't it weird? Like I saw Kylo, I was like, oh, like you're not supposed to be dressed.
This is indecent.
Why are you? I almost agreed. Like Rey was like, put on a shirt, and I was like, please.
And Liam's here. Holy shit! Where
like
you been, Liam?
But Liam! Oh my God, Liam!
Yeah,
I literally was asking about you yesterday. I know that sounds. I know that sounds. You have to be like, gosh, he's lying, but it's true. Like I literally ask about you every now and then because I haven't been really keeping up with the comments. Freddy's been able to handle it by himself recently for a good while.
No.
And I don't know. So I miss you. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
What's happening?
He's saying it's similar to the killing of the dark side. Nathan, what? Shut up, Bowen. Okay.
I think what was it, Boyega?
Space gaze.
He actually said, "You never know."
I know. Yeah, he's loving it. That's pretty funny.
Nothing.
I think through this here. Yeah. So he's saying it's like the Jedi Purge. Oh wait, did we put his name on there? I don't think you're on the.
Oh, Mason. Yeah.
I don't think you're on the board.
I
don't think you're on the board there,
What's
Mason.
up, Shark Fin Bite?
Let me get you on the board.
And Ezra Mando's here. We got a full house today. I'm very happy about that because notifications have been weird and we're like
really
coming to hang out.
I actually have an interesting point because you just said Ezra. Even if you guys don't like Rebels, about the story as a whole. Yeah. What is Ezra? What the hell is Ezra gonna be?
Is there a chance that Ezra and Kanan and Hera will be introduced in Episode 9?
I know, as like some extra. Oh my God.
Ezra might be really old.
Hold on, I had a cool there was a thing I noticed in the maps. Crap, I forgot. I want to tell you guys because I'm like, I don't know if I'd make a whole video out of this. Yeah, what's up? Kill the resistance scum. Can I get a dot? Yeah, I'll put a dot with your name.
What's the verdict on the porgs? I actually think they're cute. Don't kill me.
But I do think they're one of the least creative creatures. I'm like, come on, make. I don't know.
But that's exactly. Thank you, Liam. That's exactly what I knew the porgs were going to be.
Yeah,
They were too tiny. Like I think they were like trolling people by making them like all this merchandise and stuff.
In a way, yeah. Wait a second, I just thought of something terrifying.
Disney just trolled everyone.
Yeah, because I just thought of this. That was the whole point of the Ewoks. It was an easy to sell kind of merchandisable. Is that a word? Thing. But at least the porgs were not relevant to any kind of plot. They were literally just there for comedic effect. Which that's actually one of the only. That was one of the few that made sense. I mean, Chewbacca cooking the porg. Can we all agree that was funny? That was actually funny.
That was funny.
Did not break any moods or tensions or anything.
I know there was like sad music playing. Porg like.
I think that was actually somewhat funny.
I liked it.
Yeah. Maybe it was a little bit too long. We didn't need the whole like back and forth thing, but you know.
Yeah. So we
Oscar
had a
Isaac
few people
thinks
saying that Ezra and Kanan are probably gonna die. I sadly feel like something is.
I feel like Kanan's definitely gonna die.
Kanan's definitely
just
gonna
from
die.
a story
like,
point
him
of view.
And Hera kissed for the first time in God knows how long.
Yep, and you're like, they're dead.
Yeah, this is how you know you're like, yep, one of you's gonna die.
Yeah.
Is it
this ship? Look at this ship. This is a ship we just reviewed.
I think it's gonna be Hera.
God damn it! See, you can't pick your own map. Oh, I guess I could have done single player. I should do tours. I didn't put it in the Battlefield playlist. This ship is cool. Everybody said it's ugly. I like this ship a lot. And these things are nukes, and I just blew up from it. Man, I should have done the tour of the ship for the video. From this.
Why can't you just do another one?
I know. I could do like the ships of Battlefront or something kind of
I
video.
feel like it might be fun. Or do like a live stream where you just do a tour.
Yeah.
Like we don't actually...
Oh, that's what it was. So that ship is made by the Free Virgilia people, right? The Force came back to remind me. When Leia says that her allies are in the Outer Rim, the Free Virgilia alignment is in the Outer Rim, and they were donating ships to the First Order, and it would be such a cool way for all of the amazing people that work at Lucasfilm and at Disney that actually love Star Wars way more than us even, that know all these random ass references to books and comics I've never even heard of. I don't feel bad admitting that.
There's a lot of content. It's kind of not fair.
They based off a thing from like a random book, like from the 80s and 90s, and it's crazy. So I was like, so you know, I got the conspiracy theory wheels running. That is not enough evidence to draw a conclusion, but I was like, look, they're getting supplied. Some of their major ships are supplied by this random Outer Rim place, and she was going to the Outer Rim, and it's right next to it. It's where it would have been. It's near Crate on the map. So I was like, that's cool. What if that's where she meant? That'd be cool for them to bring in some really obscure EU stuff. Every time they do that, people like it. What's up, Obi-Wan Kenobi? Amazing name there.
That's awesome. Oh, I helped kill someone.
Does that mean porgs are cannibals? Peace
Maybe.
out, Liam.
Maybe porgs are cannibals.
I felt there were too many
Bye,
subplots.
Liam.
Yes, definitely. I definitely agree with you on. Yeah. No, we agree on every point there, Sire. Phasma, waste.
Yeah,
not just a waste of movie time. Waste of my real life time.
Yeah, we listened to the book, which was a good book, but at the same time, you don't want to listen to a 40-hour book.
Yeah, I don't know how long it actually was.
The character's just gonna. I know. It sounds exaggerated, but it was a longer book, and you don't want to listen to the whole book just to have the character fall into a hole.
Get smacked in the face once.
It was really just like I literally felt like I had wasted time. You know, I don't know, like when you feel like you could have done anything else, like you could have read a whole thing on like characters.
Well, that's my point, and that's my point to everybody that is so pissed that I'm done with Star Wars. Hey, good, go away. There's millions of awesome sci-fi out there. If you're gonna bitch about this ship doesn't make sense and that hyperspace doesn't make all these technical issues, scientific issues don't make sense, then why are you in Star Wars?
Huh.
So I'm like we got mad. I could have not read the Phasma book and got some really amazing, highly critically acclaimed sci-fi books that I just don't have time for. So I made time for Phasma, and it was a big waste of time.
Thank you, Master Chief.
What happened?
No, wait. Master Chief, right? That's his name, Master Chief Gaming?
Yes.
You said, I subbed.
Hey, sub.
Welcome to the
Welcome
MetaNerdz team.
to the MetaNerdz team.
Yeah, Phasma's death was freaking cheap.
So cheap. This is what I mean by it. A lot of us agree on a lot of
mad.
things, and maybe it would help both sides kind of
Made me
listen
feel empty
to each other
inside.
more.
Oh,
But-
whoa. I haven't actually played here. Sam
Oh
was
yeah,
only
that's right.
playing yesterday.
Yeah. No, this map is cool as hell, and
Or
the
2
ships
days
are
ago?
cool.
When was Sam playing?
Yeah, 2 days ago, I think. Who knows?
Oh, we didn't play here yesterday. Why can't we pick our maps? Not fair.
Yes, that's why it says spoilers. I hope you didn't get spoiled there. Yeah, it was definitely MPT. There was concept art for a scene where the porgs around the drop lightsaber, one of them would turn it on and kill a porg.
Oh yeah, when they're looking in the eye. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Thank you. Who was it
Oh
that
my
said
God.
that? Yeah, one of the porgs.
That's
It's like
Basandra.
an homage to the original where
Yeah,
Luke
when he looks in the
into
hole- yeah,
the
yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
One of them's standing on there trying to hit the button, and the other one's looking. He has his eyeball right in like where the lightsaber would come out.
That is pretty funny. See, that would have been a funnier homage than than some of the weirder jokes. There was some amazing stuff. We got to get that concept art book. We don't have it, but we got the visual dictionary and the other the cross sections. But
Someone said that Ryan said Phasma's like Kenny from South Park, so maybe she isn't dead.
yeah. It just keeps going back. I know. I feel like
Secret, why can't I invite you? Yeah.
I feel like that would be so silly if they bring her back. So I both think it'd be bad if they bring her back, and I'm pissed at how she went. Like, you just did it wrong. Don't try and fix it now. Now she just has to be Boba. She has to be Jango, just a cool guy in
I
a
don't
suit.
think
dead.
so. We actually kind of went over the Holdo, like not telling
Yeah.
Poe stuff.
I'll sum it up quickly. That's not how any military works. I don't understand why people are so blown away by that. It's like, especially when you're trying to groom somebody to be a higher ranked military person, like they wanted to get Poe to assume that leadership role eventually. What would be better than teaching him to respect the chain of command? and how to make somebody like him. He's gonna be a general one day. How do you want to give him a lesson on how to freaking keep your subordinates in line, to not have them question every damn thing you're doing and respect the chain of command.
And also,
look at that ship.
Really
that was beautiful as hell.
I really think that she was afraid she wasn't gonna have enough ships or something.
This is so cool.
They were kind of doing stuff on the fly, and like, I don't know if there's any way of knowing the exact amount of fuel you have or anything. So imagine you're trying to save these people. You don't know if these ships are gonna make it to the planet, and you don't know if everyone's gonna fit.
Cool.
That's like the recipe for mutiny if that secret gets out.
I don't know any good alternatives space opera wise, but sci-fi wise, I always say read Foundation, all of the Foundation related books.
Movie wise, Blade Runner's always pretty good.
Yeah, and so that'd be Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, the book. Neuromancer is cool and weird and like that really like gritty. Foundation is awesome because it's like that classic kind of sci-fi, and it inspired a lot of stuff from Star Wars, just the names, just homages and stuff like that.
My nose itches.
So he said. So I just saw somebody said Phasma will never be as badass as Boba. I love Boba, but we overestimate Boba. But also, yes, at least he did some cool stuff, like tracked some people down, had some screen time,
some really awesome
showed
comics,
respect.
Like,
yeah,
ends up in the Clone Wars, like.
Shit.
Phasma.
Yeah, so Phasma just has none of that.
Phasma hasn't even shown up in Rebels, like.
Phasma has the shitty ending, but not the. I know, but that wouldn't make sense for a story.
I know, but still.
And that's not fair to Boba. I mean, he wasn't in Clone Wars until.
No, this is not a private server. This is on PlayStation 4, and Seagray keeps saying to invite him.
I know we did. I don't know how to do it.
Peek of mine. Wait, is he even your friend? Let me see.
I mean, you sent it, no?
No, because he said he's on the
look,
same
you can
team
see it
and
there. It's not
everything.
even there. Not sure why that is.
He said, oh, here he is.
Oh, you're right there. He got it. Rorox is at first, and I'm in 5th. Damn you. Curse you. Oh, yeah, the MetaNerdz strike team. The cat was sniffing the barrel of our rattle gun.
I don't know how to,
so what was I gonna say?
him.
But what sucks is that, and this is what's so funny when people bitch. I'm like, you think diehard Halo fans? Well, one, I know they would bitch about a movie and it would never get it perfect and all this kind of crap. But we are so lucky to like Star Wars and have it be huge. You're talking about Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Blade Runner's got 2 movies.
I know, Blade Runner's tiny, but it's kind of cool, and like I feel like they're trying to just they're remaking it because I think they're realizing it's a cool universe, and I think they're trying to like blow it up like on Crunchyroll. You can actually watch a whole animated. They did a whole like animated film. That's connected to the new Blade Runner movie, but not like a spoiler or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you read that one too, Eduardo? Did we do a video on that or no? I'm not sure if we actually got around to doing a video on that. But yeah, isn't that crazy? The guys that don't know, Boba Fett got into a fight with.
Oh, he doesn't have his stupid. See how it says last online over a month ago?
You're not online.
You're not online. That's why, Seagray.
Yeah, you're hiding your.
You're hiding your online activity.
Yeah.
So.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so Boba Fett fights Luke in Obi-Wan's hut. Luke goes back to Obi-Wan's hut. Boba Fett tracked him there by asking around town, and I hit the exact same thing. That is hilarious.
Cause I couldn't see it. And it's wires. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's okay, CT. It might get caught by the YouTube thing, but I'll try and approve it if I see it. Did the cat actually start a stream the other day? No. I don't know what happened. I'm not really sure. Kaden and Zeb will definitely die.
Our cats should start a stream.
I don't think Zeb will die. Isn't that funny? I think they'll send him off
Zeb will survive.
because his species is so weird that we should do like mild prediction videos for that. It's the last one, so it'd be cool.
Supposedly, someone said that some people are confirmed to survive, but I don't know the source.
That would be lame. Why would you ever say that as a creator? I don't know. I'd have to doubt that. I'd have to doubt that just because if you made a material, why would you want to let that out?
Yeah, why would
I've been
you wanna
proven wrong.
spoil
I've
that?
intellectually disagreed with something, just a priori. but and then somebody would be like, no, here's the link, and I'm like, oh crap. So it just didn't make sense. It was true, but it doesn't make sense. No Halo movie. Yeah, but this is what I mean. I think we just gotta remember that we're super lucky that you go to Target and you can see a giant frickin' Praetorian Guard.
What do we think about the Han Solo movie?
All this jazz.
We are gonna do the same thing that we did with The Last Jedi, and we're not gonna watch any trailers.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe we'll watch the first trailer to kind of get an idea of what we're getting into.
I don't know though.
But even then, like, I know I'm going to watch it, so I'm not that crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I actually liked. It was a better experience going in, not having watched the trailer, and not getting sucked into these theories and into like these expectations. Like, we went in and we were like, I have no clue.
Because then you think
happen.
the story's dumb because you thought that because you heard a theory that made a lot of sense, and so the movie was dumb for not following your theory.
Yeah, or it just doesn't feel right, or it could have been better.
It felt so epic. You thought that the other thing was so epic, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're probably gonna do the same thing, and maybe not even watch.
Maybe not even watch the first trailer.
Yeah.
I know it sucks.
And that's so weird. Because then I feel like, but then
you know
we
what
have
we should
nothing
do?
to talk to.
But we should get. I know we should get a person.
Kind of not fair.
I know. I mean, in the chats.
Yeah, like
That's our biggest tension. I feel like I always said, I don't want this to ruin our love of Star Wars, because whenever you treat anything like a job, you don't like it. So and I've done that before with other stuff. So I really don't want that to happen to Star Wars, and I think, but it's in my interest to like subscribe to those magazines. I mean, it's in the channel's interest too. We can have a better channel if we watch all the trailers and keep up on all the news and do this and that. But I definitely think that watching all these trailers, hearing stuff, like now we're watching everything. Like I'm watching other people critique the movie, and they'll show clips from the trailer, and they'll show stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, he said that? I didn't realize he said all this like in the trailer. Like Snoke's line, one of the coolest lines in the movie with dark rises and light to meet it. That was in the trailer, I guess. I didn't know that. And I was like, come on, that's a big line. You should have experienced that in the theater. Luke has a line about, I've never seen such raw power before. It didn't scare me then, but it does now. However he says that. That was in a trailer. I'm like, that's huge. I'm glad I heard that for the first time in theater. So, that's our tension back and forth between watching trailers and keeping up with news and spoilers.
I'm like not actually crashing into things. I'm just blowing up.
And leaks too. I'm like, imagine how many views and all that crap we can get if we just did leak stuff. And we bust our balls here, and then I watch the guy get millions of views because he talks about leaked information. Half the time it ain't even true. So.
It is a funny point. Eduardo said, I don't know how well the new war is going to work, seeing as how the government was destroyed, but and the resistance almost down to nothing.
I know, right?
I think it makes it feel like the First Order is gaining a lot of traction.
But how is it? Yeah.
But we also have their Supreme Leader dead, so.
Yeah, but Kylo will at least be able to figure that out. Hux will be able to at least figure that out. Like how to freaking they already conquered a bunch. So they already do have. It's kind of funny. An empire. An empire is just when you rule other people, not your own
I know,
people.
Jake. If you're gonna watch a movie, you're better off not even watching the trailer. The trailers nowadays are just for people that don't know if they want to watch a movie.
Yeah, I say it's just you're trying to sell them on it.
Yeah.
You're not trying to sell me on Star Wars. I'm watching it.
I didn't watch the Beauty and the Beast movie. I mean trailers because I was terrified. I was like, I'm gonna watch this and like, I don't know. I'm gonna have some weird expectation of like what this movie should be like, and
then you might already dislike it. You know what I mean? So if they like kind of how I love this guy. He actually doesn't have a name. If go look up like the Kreia. It's like a 2-hour-long video. He's being very edgy and cool. He doesn't have an actual name for his channel. Somehow he like deleted the name.
He has a dot.
He did have a dot. Now it's just blank.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know why.
These things?
But anyways, it's dumb because I can't throw people to him. I know it's cool and edgy.
The internet's a weird place.
But I do love his content, and he has a whole 2-hour-long video on Kreia. But he was talking about it. He was having some pretty passionate arguments with people who were saying, I like that they're going to do a balance of the Force, which I had too, but he really convinced me. He showed me by watching a lot of his stuff that that's not how the Force is supposed to work. It's that the dark side isn't a tool, that the point was, it's almost like, oh, I'll just kill one person, or I'll just steal once, just to pay the rent. Once you do that, you go down a path of you're gonna keep trying it again. You're gonna keep chasing that rush, almost like a drug too, I guess.
Sire said, who says the First Order can't take over? I mean, he thinks that'd be like the biggest curveball. I don't know if it would necessarily be a curveball,
Well, I don't think
but
it's
it
the
would be
exact ball.
interesting to have. I don't see how it's not going to go that way, and then we have like a following trilogy of like
I was gonna say
Rey's progression and.
Oh yeah, well that'd be weird. No, I feel like this trilogy has to conclude here.
But then that means Rey has to die or something. How is she not
No,
going
Luke.
to be?
Just be Luke. I know it seems lame. It seems like it needs like a 4-part or something. It seems like it's funny because everybody hates this trilogy. Or it got the most hate, which is not true. I say that everybody. That's how people talk nowadays, and I don't like that I do it too. Everybody. Like 5 people out of all of our comments, you know? That hate it. And I'm not saying you guys that critique it. There's a difference between you guys and apparently some guy like set all of his Star Wars stuff on fire in front of a theater. Like, I haven't met anybody like that on our channel. I have seen people pretty damn close on other channels.
Mason said right now the Resistance is like 13 rebels in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. I know, Chewie is like the most
versus 1
advanced.
Star Destroyer and Kylo in the TIE Silencer.
Yeah, yeah, just the TIE Silencer could probably, sorry Millennium Falcon, but it'll outmaneuver you. Ow, I'm getting locked on. Damn it. My point is, so they already are an empire. People forget that there's so much crap in the unknown regions. And the First Order owns, rules over many different planets. So they could just do it. They already know what they're doing. They just got to scale it up a bit. And if there's literally no military to fight them, you'll have regional militias, which would be cool as hell. Can we finally get? I just want this next one to have a ton more battles on screen.
Yeah.
We love Star Wars, but why is like the Clone Wars, which is considered by a lot to be like one of the worst ones? If you want to watch just vehicle destruction porn, go watch Episode 2. Like that has, and Rogue One, Battle of Scarif. But the space battle of Scarif. It's like, why we're at this day where like it's all CGI. The CGI is amazing. Apparently Lucas, by the way, he went to the set when they were doing The Last Jedi, and he really wanted to make it all, do a lot of the stuff the same way that they did the first movie in the original trilogy, with a ton of miniatures, where they make like buildings and these ships, but they're miniatures. But at least that way it's not CGI, and a lot of practical effects. And Lucas walked in and he was like, why didn't you just do that on CGI? It could be fine. You didn't need to build this whole miniatures. He's like, we just did it because we had to. And even by the time the prequels were around, some stuff was still cheaper and quicker to build as a miniature than in the computer.
So it's fun. I think the First Order is supposed to feel like a knockoff Empire.
Yeah, I mean it is the Empire. It is the Imperial remnant.
It's like whatever was left of the people that wanted it to be, the Empire.
Yeah.
Trying to make it work, even though Palpatine's gone.
And
yeah,
against
really
Palpatine's will, which is just funny as hell.
Yeah. I think not quite understanding what they're getting into or how to run it. Just doing it.
Look at that Avenger. That's so cool.
It was freaking awesome. I saw that.
I didn't notice that.
I wasn't sure, but I was like, I'm gonna wait and see.
And this is what I mean. We need more of this shit in the movies. Like, just wow, that's such a cool, like, different kind of stuff. Like, this is such a different idea.
This is a very.
It's being showed in Battlefront. Like, I want to see this on the movie. I want to see the way that, kind of like, I have a video I'm gonna put out tomorrow. It's God damn it.
What?
I've loved Boba Fett my entire life, and the Slave One is one of my favorite ships ever.
Oh, come on.
But I cannot fly the Slave One in this game to save my life. He warns us about traps from the beyond. Yes. Every odd number
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the middle of a trilogy.
Yeah, that's generally the trilogy works.
That's just basic storytelling arcs.
Think of the trilogy being like one whole play. See, it's funny. It's because it's like a space opera.
Yeah.
So
Holy
generally
shit.
in plays you have.
It accelerated me a little bit. That was cool.
That's funny. You have like the beginning, then in the middle you have like the climax where like generally the hero has to overcome something or the hero looks like you're losing, and then you have like the ending where either the hero loses or wins, and that's your final outcome.
Even books.
So it's like I forgot what it's called, the something arc.
I call it the story arc. I don't know, the character arc.
It's like,
I'm saying that's true for even just a single book or a single movie. You're gonna have
I don't wanna
guy,
die.
challenge, defeat, overcoming challenge.
Yeah.
And so that gets spread out over 3 movies in a trilogy. But the same, you kind of need that. Yeah, that's true for like life. I'm saying like that's not like really even a movie thing. That's just you kind of need that. If it's an interesting story, you're like, hey, I found out about this thing. I was defeated by this thing. I didn't know what the hell to do, and then I solved the problem. That's kind of true.
You run into me. Ridiculous.
They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
Guess what I get to be?
Ah, what? You're Boba Fett and I'm not? This is stupid. Yes, definitely the way drop. We told you this, that we want to go to weddings, and as Admiral Akbar.
Just shout, it's a trap.
I always say Akbar. Yeah, and just be like, drop, and just get kicked out of weddings by screaming it's a trap. With like a really nice, awesome prosthetic, like movie quality, Admiral Akbar just crashes your wedding. And did you guys watch the Mon Calamari species video where they literally based it? I know that we know this already, but it was just because the guy was eating Mon Calamari. Yeah, he was eating he was eating a calamari salad. Oh damn! Sorry, Resistance X-Wing.
I'm being chased.
You know, I was gonna make a Resistance X-Wing video, and they don't even have it like in the cross sections because even they know like, oh, it's just an X-Wing. Pretty funny. But the A-Wing, but the Resistance A-Wing is in there, so that's pretty cool.
Who's shooting at me? I feel like it's someone we know.
I remember the one about the Jawas and the pun for Ewok. The problem is that from the average moviegoer experience, the movie ends on no one came to help, and everybody knows Carrie Fisher came in the next movies. I know, and that's what I was thinking too, and they definitely did a good job of making you expect.
You, like, mumbled all of that.
Oh, sorry. That no one comes to help at the end of the movie, and we know that Carrie Fisher won't be in the next movie.
Unfortunately, she was supposed to be in the next movie because the way it was supposed to work before the universe just was like a total asshole.
True. Or 2016 did its thing.
Yeah, before 2016 did its thing and went out with a bang. Mother effing 2016. The way I think they were thinking of writing it is that Leia is a general, and she's also the one that started the whole trilogy, like the originals. She was like the one that sent the call for help that R2 took to the desert, yada yada. You get where I'm going with that.
Yeah, she's the one who started off the movie. She's the first of the heroes that we see on the screen.
And she's the most hopeful. She's the one that's always instilling hope.
And she definitely started the rebellion.
She started the rebellion.
I mean, like,
she's a general.
in the movies,
like,
for us.
Yeah, like in the movies for us, she started the rebellions. In the book, she was an actual general.
God damn it.
And I think, she's the one with the most experience running a rebellion. So why would you not have her be the last one to go before finally transferring over power?
Yeah.
So that it made sense to me. Unfortunately, they filmed things and other things happened. So.
Yeah, I just want to address Mr. Phil. I think you're seeing stuff because you've been trained to think about it. So I've had some back and forth with people. There is nothing SJW about purple hair. It's just a color. Because you know or you associate that with certain people, it's not fair. You have to base it off stuff in the movie. And there was no evidence or anything that she does in the movie to warrant that kind of conclusion. So I see a shit ton of people jumping to all kinds of crazy, hysterical plots. What happened?
I'm gonna invite
But it's just because they're training their minds to look for that, which is ironically, I'm trying to tell them, I was like, you're being like an SJW, where they hear a comedian make a joke and think, oh my god, it's offensive, he's a racist, he's a sexist, whatever. Or they'll look at like a mundane thing and find a way for it to fit into their agenda. So I feel like people are doing that with the movie on the opposite end. I said they're both the same kind. The people that think they're counter SJWs and the SJWs are both the same side of the coin, or both opposite sides of the same coin. Whereas they're looking for problems in all kinds of places. Yeah, but now I have to boot everybody because they don't all back out. This is the grand.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Cool. Very good.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. I'm gonna try and see if it lets us do this because that'd be pretty damn cool.
Ooh,
it looks like it does. We got 5 people going into a strike. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just a mild bitch. That's all. Thank you, Glint. And I know Glint is from the deep south, and the fact that he is not caught up in all this, I know it's very trendy to want to pick sides and not just look at the facts. So thank you, Clint. I dropped a 50 bomb for nothing. What does that mean? 50 bomb. Hopefully you didn't buy a non-existent loot box anymore, right? What's up, Mr. Porkington? What did it say? Oh wait, Glint, you're saying you did? Whoops, I read that wrong.
What are your favorite starships? Ooh, that's a good question.
Mine is the Slave One, just from a certain point of view. But I can't fly it in this game. And actually, since we're going to Naboo, the Naboo Starfighter. I like they're very different ships. One is all because it's, gritty and very realistic and bounty hunter and all that kind of good vibes from the Slave One. And Naboo, just because it looks like such a clean, elegant sci-fi. It looks like a world. You know what I mean? You see that ship in Star Wars and you're like, there's a whole planet. That ship can tell a story.
Eduardo, we have 2 PlayStations and 2 televisions in the same living room. It is a perk of having a partner that likes to game with you. And it took a while for Freddie to convince me, but now if you had a girlfriend who was a gamer who was like against 2 televisions in the living room, I will what is it? I'll vouch for you.
Yeah. She was. I remember when we were moving in. She's like, I don't know about. And I was like,
I was
why?
like, it's gonna look weird, and like we're gonna have like 2 TVs, and it's gonna.
And nobody
look funny,
does that,
but...
and it's gonna look. We came up with a whole plot so that we could have a giant, nice picture,
we're gonna put
canvas.
like a canvas that we just put over it, so no one knows we have 2.
I used to have like this big New York skyline thing from
we're gonna like
IKEA.
put it over the TV.
So I was like, you put that over the TV, and you just take it off whenever you use the TV. And then I'm like, but we play video games all the time together.
So it doesn't make sense.
When we weren't doing this crazy thing, when we had free time.
So we just have 2 televisions, and one of them's actually on like an arm, so you can pull it closer to the couch, or you could push it up against the wall, or you could point it towards like the kitchen, so I can actually be like, if I'm doing something in the kitchen, I can still turn the TV, play over there.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna do it right.
I know, right? Definitely. Until Christmas, yeah, that's true. We might stream tomorrow, but that'll be it because we don't stream on Sunday and Monday anyways.
Yeah, we don't stream Sunday, Monday anyway, but there's a chance that we might not stream tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not sure.
If we do, maybe we'll just do a video, or I don't know. I mean, we always do videos. Excuse me.
Shit.
Stop killing my friends.
Remember, we're in a team, people. I forgot kind of that we were in a team.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
So when I said remember, I was talking to myself.
Delta, my girlfriend doesn't game. Help me. You're my only hope.
I know. I don't have any help. I've been there, and it's not good.
Like, what is she interested in? Maybe start, like,
these nuts?
Little, and, like, kind of, like, pull her in. Because, like, I've always liked games. I was just not allowed to play them. So, for me, transitioning into being a gamer and, like, being able to have conversations with people about games, totally our fault, by the way.
Yeah,
being able to transition into a point where I can like today I had to replace our monitor, and it was cool. I was actually like I was able to hold a whole conversation about a video game, and it was like it's an achievement unlocked. So I don't know, maybe start small or start with something that she kind of likes, like in a funny way, maybe start with like Overwatch. I know it sounds like ridiculous if you don't play it.
Or start with like Zelda or something.
Or a game that you play. Start with something that you guys can play together.
Or start with Gears of
War
3.
So she can see that like it's fun. You guys can team up. Like I loved the first game I got into playing with Freddy was actually Halo, and I loved it because we would like team up, and then like I would see someone kill him, and I would like assassinate them, like get redemption.
Do we play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? No. I see it's good though. Rebel Rising. HK for Christmas. I know for Christmas we're doing a video on the different types of holidays in Star Wars, like in universe. Well, see you, Brickcraft. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Oh, and somebody said that they thought that it would have been cooler if Rey took Kylo's offer. I was thinking that too. While we were in there, I was like, this is cool. I was able to come out of my own head a little bit. I was like, or out of the movie a little bit, and be like, I see what they're doing. This is so cool. Because they're showing like and I talked about this before, like it's an alternate version of how the original trilogy could have gone. Where the Emperor gets killed by, Vader. So the Emperor is killed by Kylo, right? And then you could have seen like the way Vader asked Luke to join him. You saw Kylo ask Rey to join him. So it would have been cool to see if like what that would have been like in Star Wars universe. So I agree.
Ooh, Delta, maybe not Gears. Like I don't.
No, I was joking about Gears.
I don't like
Gears.
Don't do Gears. I don't. But But maybe start with like, so we actually played the Halo story mode co-op. Like we just sat there and co-opted for Valentine's Day. We actually, that was our Valentine's Day like event. We like finished, what was it, Halo 3? Because Halo 4 was coming out. Or we got
I think it was Halo 4.
4.
Yeah, it was Halo 4.
Okay, so I don't know, we did Halo Valentine event. And it was cool because we got to co-op the story and like, you're not in multiplayer, so it's not like you have people screaming in your ear. Because unfortunately, that is a thing too. You play online and then people are like, yo, you fucking suck. Like,
especially when you fucking suck.
Some of us are just starting, you know? I mean, I say that when, like, you're not on the point or something. But if I see the person's trying and, like, they're clearly, like, getting the hang of the controls, like...
It is.
I don't know. Brand new kid. Leave him alone.
Weapon Infamous?
But maybe, like, story mode, because then she can get the hang of the controls. And Pissandro, I'm really sorry.
Shooting, Jesus.
Pissandro's boyfriend does not like Star Wars.
No bueno.
I am sorry.
Ah, watch out.
But Phil said that the new movies kind of have a different vibe. That they're more violent, but in a cool way.
Yeah,
like,
I've actually said that. I was like, you know, all you people are trained to think Disney nice, Disney cute. I'm like, they're darker. When you watch the movie, they're not just shot darker. I mean, like, there's like a more... There's a more dark vibe. I was saying that the original trilogy has that beautiful, gritty kind of look that I really think is iconic. It's just something of those 70s movies. Mm-hmm. It's something you get with, like,
But I think it's kind of cool. You can put them... Like, if you were to actually put the movies in order of release, like, date, you can see how
Technology.
How technology has grown and how movie storytelling has grown.
Like, things are shot more interesting. The way that actual framing is done and cutting is done, it's better.
Characters are more interesting.
That would be an insult to film as an art form if it didn't improve.
Yeah.
But there's some nostalgic, cool touches of, like, you know, classic movies that you can't do. Kind of like even if you go further back and, like, people love Citizen Kane. You're not going to get a movie that feels like Citizen Kane now. I don't. Some people think it's the best movie of all time. I don't know if there's even a point in thinking like that. But my point is, there's different vibes for different eras of time. And I think there's a grittiness. There's, like, I was saying it feels bleak. The original trilogy, because we were just talking about this yesterday, the original trilogy feels very gritty, real, and bleak. The prequels feel very clean, mysterious, but a little bit less realistic in a lot of ways. I mean, because all the CGI, perhaps, you know, and all that stuff, like, you feel sometimes like you're watching the movies, but not that you're in the movie. Like, you're, like, watching this other cool thing. Whereas that was what was perfect about the original trilogies. You're like, these are the wackiest aliens, and yet it's all very believable and very, I don't know, normal. And then the new trilogy, it feels like what's going on. It feels like there's a like a hopelessness, a darkness, that the bad guys are going to win, that they're winning.
The bad guys are winning.
And the original trilogy just felt like the bad guys won. This is just a bleak, you know, which is what it was. The Empire is in control. So it's kind of cool. We're watching the rise of darkness in this new trilogy. And we were watching the light fade away in the prequels. And I think that you feel that kind of when you watch it. There's a lot of bright and beautiful stuff. And then the worlds get darker and grittier when you get to episode 3,
like,
you know?
you can do a total comparing and contrasting of, like, where we start off with
just
bright
where you go
Tatooine
on
and Naboo. Like, transferring to Naboo, a beautiful,
even what was think about what was going on Tatooine.
Mustafar.
Yeah. Because I know Tatooine sucked. You just said bright Tatooine. I was like, damn, has anybody ever described Tatooine nice? But we watched... I know we were watching Slave Children, but we were watching a event, a festival, Bunta Eve. You know, compared to watching a guy who's just wasting away, and on Jakku, you know, her wasting away. So, it's kind of cool. Like, the prequels were much lighter and then turned dark.
I'm coming. I'm gonna throw your ball right now. Mom's gonna kill someone.
Shark Fin Bite, he said the same thing about Lucas, because he's saying that it was making political stuff, and we should try and stay away from that, like the original prequels. I'm saying I don't like when people put the politics into Star Wars, and I know that is also silly, like when it's literally based on Nazis and stuff like that.
You cannot include it, but you also have to not let the whole movie... Like, yes, it does show some things that are happening in the world, but what movie doesn't? What movie is so...
It's totally out of its own time.
Out, like... like cut away and from whatever happened in a point of time or the point of time.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the entire movie. Like.
And I think it's just funny that they want to.
A lot of people want to add.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
things
Looking
to
for
it.
little silly stuff, like no offense, but like the purple hair thing. Like we know, those are usually like free love people in our world, but it doesn't. She didn't do anything in her character to do that. And so I was gonna say, that he did say, we watched some. I'd never seen his interview, but about how he was Nixon. He was writing the script and thinking about Star Wars and all this kind of stuff, and he was thinking about how Nixon. He really thought, I was like, it seems silly now, but he's like, yeah, what if he like became the American like emperor? Like how do democracies like Rome, I guess republics, how do they end up becoming emperors? How do they get an emperor? And the way that he saw Nixon behaving, and no,
Loki, wait, I got it. Don't worry.
So yeah, the emperor is partially based on Nixon. I was like, that's kind of funny. And I always don't like that because it reduces it to a sense of timeless evil. There's evils and there's types of corruption that exist all over time. You don't have to base it on Julius Caesar or Nixon or anything like that.
I've returned.
And that's what I like to think about of Star Wars, is it talks about timeless issues.
Oh, you okay? What was that?
What happened? What happened to General Kenobi?
Cannoli.
No, I didn't see it. No, I just said, you okay? Oh, your foot is leaking blood.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, you know?
Sometimes foots do that. That was cool, we won.
What happened to General Kenobi? Did he get, like, backed out or something?
What happened,
Oh, no, he must have, like, deleted it or something. Yeah, we don't see any of that. We were ranting and playing.
What happened?
I don't see any of it. It's pretty funny.
It's all gone. Someone's just playing, please.
I don't know what happened to it. Maybe he deleted it. Is there a way you can delete your own thing? Like, Skywalker didn't feel like Skywalker in this movie. I know, but that's the point. And IDK, I couldn't imagine
Good
this movie
boy.
being translated in Clone Wars animated episode. I don't know what that. I don't know what you mean by the animated episode part, but I feel like he still felt like he felt like a better. I don't know. He felt like Luke.
Just got Josh me.
What happened?
He was just spinning in a
Oh
circle.
my god! I know you thought he was rubber banded.
I was terrified. I was like, why is someone green on our team and like spinning in circles? I was terrified.
When we left the theater, I was saying that the way that Luke fought is so a perfect representation of how a Jedi would use his powers. And it just showed the level of how much greater of a Jedi he was. And then I saw how much hate there was at it, and I was like trying to see their point. And then I watched a bunch of other like professional like film people that are critics and these other big Star Wars fans, and I'm like, yeah, we all agree. Like, so you can't. So normally the people that think that it was dumb the way he went out also think it was dumb that he was gonna contemplate killing Kylo, because you think about how perfect he was in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, because
but if you think that, then you should definitely expect him to blink out of existence like that, do his last heroic force projection. He definitely wouldn't fight. He definitely wouldn't go out swinging that green lightsaber.
But I think that's so obviously, that shows how storytelling was so different back then and now. Like, to have a character that is not flawed now. Like, we had Rey, and everyone was like, oh, she's such a Mary Sue. Like, who writes stuff like this? Like, this is such a flat character. Like, I don't know anything about her. I can't relate to her. She's perfect.
Yeah, you didn't know
Those
anything
were
about
real
Luke.
criticisms. Like, one, Luke was kind of the same way. Two,
And you can't ad hoc it and then say like, yeah,
Like-
but that's because he's the son of Vader. Did not know that in episode 4, and he didn't even write that in episode 4.
regardless, I mean, that's just the way the stories were told back then.
Yeah.
There was a bad guy and a good guy, and the good guy would win. You can even see it in the transitioning of like Disney movies. I know everyone's gonna shoot me, but it's kind of true. You watch old princess movies, and it was just like a damsel in distress, and the prince coming to save her, and the bad guy's a bad guy because he's bad. Like,
yeah, that's it.
that was just the concept. That was, look at any kid movies from back then, you'll realize that.
Even Palpatine, I love people are saying, like, we don't know anything about Snoke. And I was like, explain Palpatine's backstory using just the 3 films.
Yeah,
Go.
no, Plagueis does not count. Like,
why does he do any... who the hell is he? How is a wizard in charge of an empire?
But what I'm saying is you can see a transition because then you see new princess movies. Don't shoot me. But it is a good example. Movies like Rapunzel where the bad guy isn't entirely bad. Movies like Brave where like the bad guy is actually kind of like growing up. Like this idea of like growing up. I don't know. I think as storytelling becomes more complex, the way stories are told and characters are shown has to change or it's not going to make sense.
Yeah. And Rylu fan, that would be amazing, and you definitely have to put it in the Discord.
What is it?
He said because somebody said they need a picture of Kenobi leading the D-Day charge because
that'd be so cool.
he's in charge of the boats, and he accidentally got there early.
By the way, so on a different note, I know someone I think it was Sire that said his favorite movie now is Wonder Woman.
Hold on, sorry.
I find that
before you
interesting.
go. Poe's parents worked for the Rebellion too.
Yes,
and he's been there his whole life, so I know like
he doesn't really know
if
any
there's
life
anybody
outside of it.
If there's anybody you could trust, it'd be Poe. He was saying that how did she know that he wasn't a spy and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know, you'd be kind of screwed. You have to. If you're telling anybody, you'd tell Poe.
Yeah, his parents were resistance fighters.
Which doesn't take away from my point though. You still have to follow chain of command. I think that was still
he was
intensely
a
important. Yeah,
and,
that was the most important lesson. He knew how to do everything else. He just didn't know how to follow orders. And how are you gonna be able to teach people how are you gonna be able to expect people to follow your orders when you're General Poe one day?
Especially at such a fragile, dire time. Like, you don't really like. I think they were kind of playing things by ear and bouncing off plans and. You know, Poe, like, I think her worry was that he was going to be involved with, like, some of the big stuff and just be like, oh, alright, well, I'm going to just do my plan anyway. And now that I know that we have X amount of gas and X amount of ships and X amount of people, I'm going to do Plan Poe, you know?
Yeah.
And I think for her that was very scary because this is obviously, like, your whole squad and you're about to get squad wiped and the last thing you need is Poe doing a rerun at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So... Especially with people like Princess Leia on board, like you don't want to do that. I think it's a very scary time. So
God,
I don't know.
Damn it.
In retrospect, when you think of it like that, it makes sense.
Damn it. What's up, Player L?
So someone asked.
And yes, he was a lizard emperor. He was actually a changeling Trandoshan.
Yeah.
No, I said a wizard. A wizard. I'm saying like if you watch the videos and critique like the original movies and without any knowledge, try and forget everything you know about Star Wars. It's literally the whole empire somehow is being run by a crazy guy in a black cloak who shoots lightning out of his hands, and that's all you know about him. And nobody had a problem with it. And Vader had zero backstory until he starts delivering those lines, "I'm your father" and all that. Then you're like, oh shit, well then his father fought in the Clone Wars, so I guess that happened. And he was trained by Obi-Wan, so I guess that. So you can infer some of that, but you still don't know much besides that. You just know those little bits, and that was fine. And that was proof that it wasn't about all this intense lore. It wasn't about all that. It was about the timeless story. And I do sometimes feel like we're part of the problem. I'm like, Lucas did not want you to break down ships into tiny pieces.
Yeah.
That was not the point of Star Wars.
I think they are giving us some stuff, because I think they realize it really doesn't affect that much if you don't go down.
Yeah.
If you don't go too deep into the wormhole, it kind of adds.
Yeah. Admiral Akbar's death isn't canon. He could have been picked up by a ship. He's gonna write some fanfic. He got picked up by a cloak ship. An invisible ship was there. Mon Cala are pretty damn good with their tech, so I think he always had a Mon Cala guardian that was some secret lover. Because you see his eyes. That guy's got a lot of soul.
That was so bad.
So there's probably an invisible ship that just scooped him up when he flew out of the bridge. Confirmed. I swear I ought to make a stupid Star Wars channel that puts up all kinds of trash theories like that. How he survived.
I was confused by Poe and the woman when he mutinied. I believe that she must have been a spy. They did. So the thing is, they did that to you on purpose.
Yeah, the way they played the music and all that.
I actually I remember hearing music that was very Empire-esque, like whenever he was like talking to her and she was like, "Take him off my bridge." Like you hear this Empire music and she's got purple hair and she's got like this kind of look that you would maybe connect with like an Imperial person. So.
Yeah. Yes, I agree, Glint. Go ahead.
I don't know, like, yeah, I think they did it on purpose. They wanted you to think that.
Yeah.
She couldn't be trusted, because she's a new character too. Like, why? I think she needed to earn our trust, and I think she did.
Emperor Tickle Fingers, yeah.
Where is your
Eduardo's
ball?
saying, you're saying people were pissed back then? I don't know if they were. I'm sure, I'm not surprised if they would be. And I know that they would be if we had this kind of culture, this kind of, this hyperbolic culture. Or you gotta scream the loudest to get attention so you get more likes or you get your comment, you know, get a conversation. So I definitely know that people would have been bitching. If they weren't. They might have already been. But if they weren't, they definitely would have been finding something. Imagine the theory channels back then in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a reason the
Leaked.
internet
I know, right,
didn't-
Basandro? I really got to do this stuff. On like a separate MetaNerdz. All you guys will know it's a joke, and I'll just like other people won't get it, and I'll have to like personal message them like, we're trolling the theory people.
We're actually gonna watch the movie again tomorrow, so I'm gonna keep.
Oh, yeah,
an eye
yeah, we're
out
gonna
for
see
the
it
next
again.
BB-8.
Yeah.
So
What
there's
do you think of
another
Snoke's death?
movie.
Player L, I liked it. I felt like that's how it would have gone in the original trilogy. It would have been a bit of a better fight, perhaps. But if when Luke pulls his lightsaber, Luke could have turned that on and spun it, killed him. Perhaps. My point is that I do love from a story point of view, like what they were trying to do with that. Is say like, this isn't about Snoke. Go away. Get out of here. And I don't think it's like a burning down of the setting up in Episode 7. I think the fans set that up in their heads in Episode 7. There's other stuff. He's gonna get a backstory. I do still think that we gotta know, like, what the hell? Who the hell is this guy?
I think the backstory is gonna be for us.
If I know the
people that, like,
backstory
read
on
the books and
blasters, if I know, like, lore on ships, we definitely need to get more lore on him. But I think Star Wars Explained has said this too. Like, it's gonna be a book. It's gonna be something. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's just gonna get a book, and that's it. Maybe a comic. I don't really see a comic. I see more of a book for some reason. 55 more kills to get there. But yeah, I like that they got rid of him like that. I like that they did a lot of stuff that fans have always said too. By the way, like, why couldn't somebody just, you know, turn on the lightsaber when like somebody's holding it or something? Why couldn't they just spin it like that? You could. So it was cool to see, and it just showed his flaw. And I like that they're still bringing back. That's a classic thing. The bad guy being arrogant. The bad guy underestimating his apprentice, kind of thing. That he would never dare stand up to him. So, all that stuff is pretty cool. I think that was a cool way to keep it a classic theme there, but a way different, you know, experience. What are we're supposed to be on defense, and we're all running this way. All right. I think I've seen some football teams that do this. All right, where are we? This is gonna be the last game of the night, guys. And like we said, we might be streaming tomorrow. Not sure if we will make it. We will try.
I think it's gonna depend on.
Oh shit! I forgot. I got my burst fire, which I do love trying. Yep. Yeah, Miles. We were talking about that earlier. That was the biggest. That's my biggest disappointment in all of Star Wars. Period. With Phasma.
That guy.
Because if you wanted to make her just the cool guy in the background, then leave him as the cool guy in the background, and then you could blame fans. You know, then you go, we never wanted Phasma to be cool. She's just a cool guy in the background. You guys got her all hyped up. No, you don't give her comics and books. That, you know what I mean? There was no Snoke book. There was no Snoke comic. So they have the moral high ground. They have the storytelling high ground. Be like, yeah, we never said he was. But with Phasma, you were definitely implying that he was badass and somebody to care about. So yeah.
I did like that line where they shot everything at, like, Kylo's just like, keep shooting, and they're like, do you think you got him?
Yeah.
And then he's obviously still standing there. And
and people don't get, like, it was so expertly done on like a bunch of levels that he did look different, that he was wielding the blue lightsaber, and I was thinking this, I was like, would anybody have known that he had the green one when he, like, I was thinking this is kind of silly, but because the Empire was still in charge, you know, they would find ways to hide all this kind of crap, I guess. But I just pictured some weird, like some hacker or some security footage on Cloud City. I know that looks really funny. Could somebody have watched the fight between Vader and Luke somehow? Like, that'd be a really cool, like, EU thing. I don't know if that's ever been mentioned in some weird, you know, Legends source. I was like, they fought in, like, hallways and crap, and, like, areas on Cloud City that are like workplaces.
I didn't know it was your birthday. Good night.
What? Hey, happy birthday. Good night, man.
Happy birthday. And congratulations. He has a new nephew.
Oh, damn.
Congratulations, Sark Finbite, and happy birthday. And Merry Christmas, I guess. I know.
That's true. We won't see you guys.
Yeah, in case we don't see you, we're going to go ahead and get the festivities.
I highly doubt it, Jack. You don't think she's dead?
Who?
I know, but where would she go? She'd have to like fall into a ship. I think it'd be cheesier if they bring her back, because then she's gonna be like a weird.
Why? I mean, you could say the same thing for Boba.
Yeah, I know. I think it's cheesy if they bring him back, and I actually haven't read that comic. Somebody was like, "Oh, he is alive. He's in the comic," and I'm like, I don't know. I think that wasn't Boba's point. He was supposed to go out, and they could have made a point about that too. Some of you guys are in high school, whatever. You'll realize that this is true. But like the cool-looking guy. He's gonna go out like a punk someday, you know? That's just the lot of that person. They're really good about teaching life lessons of types of people. I think Star Wars is incredible at that. Types of people have types of fates. And when you're the big badass bounty hunter that always does everything perfect, even your walk is perfect and cool, you're gonna be the type of guy that gets knocked out by a blind guy with a boat paddle. Like,
boat paddle?
It's going to be something stupid like that. And if you're the little green, dumb-looking weakling guy, you might end up being one of the most important people in the room. So I don't know. I don't like that they bring him back from the Sarlacc. But somebody said it's canon. I just never looked into it.
I killed that guy.
So crates, Vulpix, or... Oh, Alolan, the blue Vulpix. Saying like the crystal critters there on crate.
That does basically.
Yeah, it's kind of.
That is.
It is so pissed. Leaked. I got the script sent to me personally. See you in 2 years. when Phasma's in this final, I think Phasma will just kill everybody. She'll just walk in at the end and be like, "I'm a survivor," and just kill Rey. Like Rey just killed Kylo. She's laying there injured, thinking about how she at least finally ended the reign of terror. And then that little spear, the metallic Phasma spear, just goes through Rey's head. Just violent, like super violent, not appropriate for a Disney film. Just this Rey's head violently shaking. And it just cuts to Phasma's face saying,
"Gotta be kidding me.
The galaxy's mine now, bitches." Just
Cad Bane didn't. Oh, there's actually. You gotta watch the unfinished episode.
Oh, you haven't seen that? What the what?
Gotta watch that.
See, I assume everybody's.
That's canon, and that's important. And he does go out like a punk.
I consider it canon. It was never finished.
Not really.
No, he goes out in the most badass way possible. They just draw their pistols, and he doesn't wear a helmet. So, you can imagine what happens. What's up, Mr. Cat? Yeah, Phasma Maul Boba. Moral of the story: be a cool badass in the background. Don't be a cool badass in the background. Yes.
Yeah, be the hero.
I know.
They usually have plot armor.
I mean, you see how Lucas dresses and like his mannerisms. I think he's definitely trying. Like the cool guys, doesn't work out for them. It's the guy who like looks at his shoelaces while he's talking to you and a little bit chubby and definitely soft spoken. That's the guy who ended up being a billionaire. But the cool-looking Darth Maul guy who worked out, got all the ladies. He gets cut in half and thrown in a hole.
Yeah, he did send the original script. He admitted he sent it to like 20 people, and then like the following one, Empire Strikes Back, they were like, you can't do that again. Because he said when they first started Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I don't know, they didn't really think it was gonna do anything, so he sent it to like 20 people.
Yeah.
But then, when they realized that they had this fandom, like, he said he actually realized that it was a thing when they got off on a plane.
Oh, we're talking about Mark Hamill?
Oh, yeah. And he was like, oh, there's like a bunch of people, someone famous must be here. And then they got down, they saw the signs were like for them and for Star Wars, and he was like, oh, shit, like we started something.
Yeah. I know, it's pretty cool.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, and I agree, Ezra. Yeah, we said he didn't go down like a punk. Right? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's the same round. Okay.
This will be the last match.
You are the short green alien that sneaks away from the Jedi Purge. Yeah, I know, right? The unsuspecting guy. If you had to pick who was the badass, who would be the most important, It'd definitely be Maul. He looks cool as hell. He got 2 lightsabers in one, y'all. And he's half the man he used to be.
What are you doing to Dragon? Can I help you that you're like over there?
I actually love Maul. Maul's one of my favorite. It's funny, Maul and Kenobi are, I think, my two of. I like, obviously, Luke is my favorite character, really. I don't care about Anakin, which is hilarious.
Oh, come on.
It's about him. But I love Maul. Sometimes I almost love Maul as a character more than all of them sometimes. Because just his character arc is so insane. And it's such a cool like lesson too on just like, man, somebody that just can't get it together. Like it's just epic. He was he was the ruler. He was the Mandalore. He was.
Yeah, that's another thing. I always forget that.
Yeah.
Although with the I don't think that it was necessarily that she mistrusted Poe, but you know they're being tracked, and I don't think they knew how. Like they thought that technology was impossible.
Whoa.
The hyperspace tracking. So, you know, what if it is a spy and it's just someone that's gotten to know Poe, and Poe just happens, like, you know, Poe lets it slip that there's a spy on board, like.
They're on to me.
You know, like, that's how that worked. That's how it would work. You would be looking for a spy, and then the spy would be like friends with like second in command.
Yeah, that's like, see, that's like if they did that, people would critique because that is like a cheesy movie thing too. Like,
yeah.
Oh, there's a spy, huh? What do you think? They got any dirt on him? It's like, you know, that guy always ends up. It's the good guy who always ends up being friends with like the actual villain spy guy.
Ha!
In any of these dumb like TV shows or.
Bye, Cassandra. Merry Christmas.
See you. Yeah, in case we don't see you.
I want an anthology documentary about
Tashi Station?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mouth today can't say words. Do you think
no
Lando will be
words.
back in episode
I know
9?
he's just gonna rescue everything.
I was hoping that's who it was that was gonna like.
Yeah, her
come
Outer
out.
Rim allies.
Or like Hondo. I don't know why I wanted it to be Hondo. Is that bad?
Hey, just on the big screen.
Hondo would be just like so old.
It would ruin Star Wars, and we would all hate it.
Is he even old? And like, can they survive that long?
No, I was gonna say that. Oh my god, I gotta kill him.
Oh my god, Hondo might die in Rebels.
Yeah, that's true. Disable it. He got it out. Good. Sorry. Yeah, Hondo might die in Rebel. That's a good point.
I got really sad.
I don't think they kill somebody like Rebel. I mean, like Hondo. He's one of those guys that he's sleazy, but not a lot of him comes off as evil. Oh shit! That boy got a yapple. Oh my god.
What do you do with a character like Hondo?
You just let him go off into the distance. Let people forget about him. He's kind of silly, and he's not like evil. I know he was about to kill them and took them as slaves and all that kind of
He was much scarier in Clone Wars.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's because he wasn't as much of a pirate, and he was older. Like, you can tell he's, like, aged. Like, you get to Rebels, you're like, oh, man. Like.
Oh, okay, Passandra. He's not leaving.
Oh, okay, he was saying bye to someone.
Who got mind tricked? Yeah, I know, right? I love quoting him, though, Miles. Because when people bitch about stuff, and I'm like, cool. So listen to the Stormtrooper, and move along. Move along. Move along. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
Magic Boba. All alien ladies. I know, right? Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's inversely proportional.
I killed someone.
There's an inverse relationship to the amount of lady friends you get, the amount of alien lady friends you have, to your longevity in Star Wars.
What's happening now?
Because saying like, you know, Boba would be the big badass player. We see him like being a player in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
So Yoda, no ladies, lives to 900. Boba, all the ladies, falls in Sarlacc. What, mid-40s? Yeah, how old is Boba in the movies? We could do some math here. Episode 2, he looks like he's like 8, right? He looks like an 8-year-old.
We have actual numbers for this. We just don't remember them.
No, I'm saying, how old do you think Boba looked in Attack of the Clones?
Probably like 12.
What?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say 10
really
just to round it up. So
ages.
we're gonna say he was 10 in Attack of the Clones. I don't know. All of you guys could probably Google this in 2 seconds. And that was in 22. ABY.
Oh, I helped. That was cool.
Yeah, so 3 ABY. Yeah, so
I've come to terms with the fact that anyone can die in our Rebels. I'm so scared.
so he'd be like 35. He's like in his
coming back.
mid-30s, huh? Huh. See ya, Nothing Studios.
Yes. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, he
good
was 10?
night.
That's so cool. I guessed he was 10. That's kind of funny.
Bro, Rocks is at the top of the leaderboards.
I've come to terms that everybody will die.
Over here.
Ah, that's pretty cool. He's come to terms that everybody will die in Rebels.
Goodbye, everyone. In case we don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah to those that celebrated.
You nerve herders.
Kwanzaa. What else is there?
There's the duty of the ninth star.
Winter solstice.
Where my pagans at? Where my pagans at?
So yeah, happy holidays, guys. We will be back, worst case scenario, after Christmas.
Yeah, be on Tuesday after Christmas.
Yes, hopefully, unless we're in a food coma.
That's true.
But
so yeah, that's about it.
Yes,
I had some great conversation.
I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with us. Thank you to those that donated. Thank you to our Patreons. And lastly, I hope that you guys have a really nice holiday because you deserve it.
This is our first Christmas together, guys.
I know, this is our first MetaNerdz Christmas.
It's gonna make me cry. And I'll get a video up on Star Wars Holidays that day too. So.
Yeah. So, alright guys.
Expect all kinds of cool stuff.
No reason to be dragging it on.
Bye-bye.
Bye guys. Oh, and as always.
But more important than that, remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Bye guys.